So in lesson 3, we are now going to relate the features of a leaf to how it helps maximise photosynthesis. So you need to know the names of the different parts of the leaf. On page 4 in your booklets, you can find a diagram similar to this. You need to label these parts onto your diagram. So we can see the leaf stalk, sometimes is called the petiole. This runs up the middle of the leaf, creating what we call the mid-rib vein. The very tip, the point part of the leaf, is called the apex. The blade of the leaf is sometimes called the lamina, and we can see side veins coming off the main mid-rib vein here. Check your answers, and you're now going to complete the table also on page 4, explaining how each adaptation or feature of the leaf aids photosynthesis. So the features we're going to be looking at are having broad, flat leaves, presence of what we call stomata, little pores or holes on the undersurface of the leaf, veins, chloroplasts, a waxy layer, and being thin. So for the first one, broad, flat leaves gives a much larger surface area. This means the leaf is able to absorb as much light as is possible. Leaves also have holes, which we can see the stomata here create the holes. The guard cells either side are two banana-shaped cells or kidney bean-shaped cells, and in the middle we can see the pore, where the stoma are open on the left-hand side and where the stoma are closed on the right-hand side as the guard cells have closed together. There are veins in the leaves to transport water up from the roots up towards all parts of the plant, and to transport sugar that's made in the leaves all around the plant where it's needed, its growing points. Many of the cells are packed with chloroplasts, which contain the light-trapping pigment chlorophyll that we've already talked about in the previous lesson. And here we can see a really detailed diagram. This would be A-level and beyond, showing you the structure of a chloroplast. There's a waxy layer on the top of the leaf to stop water from being lost from the leaf. So you'll remember in the first lesson seeing the lovely shiny holly leaf, okay? Very thick waxy layer on a holly leaf. And thin leaves means that there's a much shorter diffusion distance for carbon dioxide to reach the important palisade and mesophyll cells. We're going to be looking at the structure of this in more detail next lesson. So make sure you have filled in your table, and next lesson we're going to go on and look at the detailed structure of the internal structures of the leaf.